So I want you to imagine watching a crew build this massive brick wall. They're working hard, mixing mortar, laying the courses, but every time a mason picks up the seventh brick, instead of placing it on the wall, they turn around and they throw it straight into a dumpster.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Right. Just thud. Gone. And then they go back to the pile and pick up the eighth brick like nothing happened.
I mean, it's a completely jarring visual. Anyone watching that site would immediately stop everything and ask, what on earth is going on here?
Exactly. But according to the data we are looking at today, that is precisely what mid-sized contractors are doing right now. Not with physical bricks, obviously, but with their time and their capital. Imagine reclaiming 15 hours per week that you currently lose just to paperwork.
Right.
Or, cutting your administrative overhead by 20%. Because for contractors aiming for that seven-figure revenue and beyond, administrative bloat isn't just a nuisance. It's a silent killer of profit and potential.
It really is.
So welcome to the Special Scaling Legends Deep Dive. Our mission today is exposing the hidden costs of those manual processes and revealing how smart automation can actually catapult a construction business past the competition.
And we're pulling this analysis from some really solid sources today. We're looking at key excerpts from a guide called Building Profits Through Construction Automation, and we are cross-referencing that with these really comprehensive data reports from the Smart Business Automator, or SBA.
Okay, let's unpack this because we are specifically tailoring this information for you, the listener, especially if you are a contractor in that $1 million to $10 million revenue range. Folks who really want to scale faster without just drowning in admin work.
Yeah, that 1 to 10 million range is such a critical transition period.
It is. So let's go back to that brick in the dumpster analogy. Before we can talk about fixing the problem with shiny new tech, we have to understand exactly where the bleeding is happening.
Right, and the baseline statistic the sources reveal here is just staggering. It turns out construction firms spend an average of 15% of their project value on non-billable administrative tasks.
Wait, hold on. 15%.
15%.
I mean, when I first read that number, I thought it had to be a typo. Because if you think about a $2 million build, you're telling me $300,000 just vanishes into pure administration.
That's what the data shows, yeah.
I mean, why has the industry accepted this as just part of the job? What exactly is eating that much capital without putting a single nail into a piece of wood?
Well, the sources identify the three biggest administrative drains in the industry right now. It's project tracking, invoicing, and subcontractor management. And this raises an important question. Why do these specific three areas become such massive bottleneck hubs as a contractor tries to cross that seven-figure threshold?
Right, because it's not like they didn't have to manage subs when they were smaller.
Exactly. But it's about complexity. When a business is doing, say, $500,000 a year, the owner can often just hold the entire operational matrix in their head.
Oh, yeah. Or on a giant whiteboard in the office.
Right, the whiteboard method. And they know exactly when the plumber's coming. They know if the client paid the deposit. But crossing that $1 million mark...
The whiteboard method works until it suddenly just doesn't.
It shatters. Yeah. Because the transition to 5 or 10 million in revenue represents this exponential explosion in communication. Takes a contractor management, for example.
Okay.
The friction isn't just calling the electrician to say the framing is done. It's verifying their updated insurance certificate so you don't take on liability. It's negotiating change orders.
Oh, tracking phase completion so they don't block the HVAC installation.
Exactly. And if you do that manually for 5 subs, it's annoying. If you're scaling to 20 subs across 3 concurrent job sites, you are suddenly paying a full-time project manager simply to act as a human router for emails and phone calls.
A human router. That's a great way to put it.
And that's where we move into plugging the holes, right? Exploring the specific AI and automation solutions that turn that lost 15% back into usable capital.
Let's talk about those tools, because I know the sources highlight things like CRM, customer relationship management platforms, and project management software. But usually when we hear CRM, we think of a sales team tracking leads.
Right, a sales funnel.
Yeah, but they use it differently here to centralize communication. The SBA data claims this reduces wasted field time by 30%.
Because in this context, the CRM is acting as a centralized hub for the physical job site. In a manual system, communication is completely siloed.
Right.
The PM has text messages with the framing crew on their personal phone, emails with the client on their laptop, and a physical clipboard with delivery dates in their truck. The software pulls all of that into one dashboard.
Okay, but I want to play devil's advocate for a second here for the listener, because the SBA insights also claim that AI-powered scheduling can reduce project delays by up to 25%.
Yeah, that's a big claim.
It is. And construction changes by the hour. How can an AI scheduling tool actually reduce delays by 25% when it doesn't know that a concrete truck just got a flat tire on the highway or a storm just rolled in?
Well,
it's sitting on a cloud server, has no idea what's happening in the dirt.
It's a completely valid pushback. But what's fascinating here is that the breakthrough isn't the AI predicting the flat tire. It's how the software automates the reaction to the flat tire across the entire operational ecosystem.
Okay, walk me through that.
Think of it less like a calendar and more like an air traffic control system.
Okay.
In a manual system, the superintendent gets the call about the delayed concrete. Now they have to physically call the framers to hold off, email the client, call the equipment rental guys to extend the excavator lease,
and push back the lumber delivery.
Yes, it takes hours. And because humans get stressed, someone usually gets left out of the loop.
Like the framers don't get the message, they show up, and now you're paying them hourly to stand around drinking coffee while waiting for wet concrete.
Exactly. The delay compounds. But with the AI tool, the superintendent just opens their tablet, drags the concrete pour block back by 2 hours, and the system takes over.
Just from dragging a block on a screen.
Yeah. It knows all the project dependencies. It automatically pings the framing crew's phones, shifts downstream material deliveries via automated vendor emails, and updates the client dashboard.
Wow. So it adjusts dynamically to keep the field team from wasting time. That's where that 30% reduction in wasted field time comes from.
Exactly. But it's not just about time. We have to look at cash flow, which is where automating the second biggest drain invoicing comes in. The SBA data shows automating payment processing accelerates payment cycles by 10 to 15 days.
10 to 15 days. I mean, on paper, getting paid 2 weeks earlier sounds nice. But for a mid-sized contractor, moving cash flow forward by a couple of weeks changes how a business can operate. It changes how you purchase materials.
It's massive.
Yeah.
Because in construction, you don't just send a simple bill, right? You submit a draw request.
Yeah, which is a nightmare of paperwork. You need lien waivers, photos of the work, architect sign-offs.
And gathering that manually is what creates the 2-week delay. But the software automates that verification loop. When the super marks rough plumbing complete, the system instantly generates the draw request, attaches the time-stamped photos, and pulls the digital lien waivers the subs uploaded.
Oh, that's brilliant. It complies the whole package in seconds.
Right, and fires it off.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. Because theoretical time savings are great, but for a contractor looking to scale, the immediate question is, does this actually translate to the bottom line, and how fast?
The sources are very clear on this. Mid-sized contractors can expect to see a full return on investment from automation within just 6 to 12 months.
Under a year.
Under a year. And the SBA data highlights that companies implementing these strategies scale 2 times faster than their non-automated peers.
2 times faster. I mean, software isn't swinging the hammer, so how does it make them build twice as fast?
It's because they aren't bogged down. Let's look at the case study from the sources. There was a $5 million general contractor that saved a massive $75,000 annually simply by automating their procurement process alone.
Just procurement? Wait, really? $75,000 isn't just a spreadsheet victory? That's a highly skilled, full-time salary or, the lease on brand new heavy machinery. And they recoup that every single year just from fixing procurement.
Just procurement, because manual procurement is full of tiny, expensive leaks. A PM calls 3 lumber yards, takes hours comparing prices, orders over the phone. They often over-order just in case, tying up capital.
Or they order too early, and the drywall sits on site for 3 weeks, gets rained on, and has to be reordered.
Exactly. But an automated system connects directly to vendor APIs. It checks real-time pricing, executes the purchase for the exact blueprint quantities, and syncs with that AI schedule we talked about. So the materials arrive Tuesday morning because the framers start Tuesday afternoon.
So no weather damage, no theft, no storage costs.
Right. That's how they found 75 grand.
Okay, hearing about a competitor saving $75,000 might make a listener want to automate their entire business by tomorrow morning.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Right. Because trying to do everything at once, deploying new software across scheduling, invoicing, HR, that's a recipe for operational disaster. So how do we implement this safely?
The sources strongly recommend a phased approach. You have to start with just one critical area to see an immediate impact without overwhelming your team. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the data suggests starting with bid management.
So what does this all mean for the listener today? Is starting with bid management the secret because it's like the very top of the funnel, meaning you have to actually win the work efficiently before you can build it efficiently?
That's the financial reason, yes. It transforms your win rate. But it's also about team psychology.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Well, think about the takeoff process. An estimator used to spend days with highlighters and scale rulers calculating linear feet of baseboard or gallons of paint.
Working late into the night.
Exactly. Automated takeoff software extracts those measurements from digital blueprints in minutes. It ties them to local material costs. So you get a bid out days before your competitors.
Wow.
But psychologically, you just took a 40-hour nightmare task for your estimator and made it 4 hours. You eliminated their pain.
I see. So they become a champion of the tech.
Right. They trust it. And once the office team trusts it, it's infinitely easier to roll out the field management tools to the superintendents later because they saw it work for the estimators.
That makes total sense. You build the culture of adoption.
Exactly. Because this technology is moving fast. The final sections of the SBA reports show that the future of this tech is already arriving. We're talking about predictive analytics tools that can now forecast material needs with 90% accuracy.
90% accuracy on supply chain forecasting. I mean, how is it pulling that off?
It looks way beyond the blueprint. It monitors real-time global supply chain logistics, historical weather patterns, local data.
Wait, so if there's a port strike halfway across the world, the AI knows it's going to delay the steel for a warehouse build.
Yes. And it automatically recommends ordering the steel 3 weeks early from an alternative local supplier to bypass the global delay entirely, long before a human project manager would have even read the news about the strike.
That is incredible. It really leaves you with a profound thought to mull over, doesn't it? If predictive analytics can already forecast material needs with 90% accuracy today, what does the construction site of the near future look like?
Right.
Are we approaching an era of just-in-time automated construction, where smart systems order lumber and steel exactly when they are needed, entirely bypassing the human procurement bottleneck?
It certainly looks like that's where the data is pointing.
It's a whole new world for the industry. Well, if you found this deep dive valuable to your business, please take a moment to like, share, comment, and subscribe from whatever platform you are listening on.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you taking the time to explore this data with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us on this Scaling Legends deep dive. We will be back next time with more game-changing insights to help you scale faster. Keep building, and we'll catch you on the next one.